Well, looky here. Ooh, it's fire. Woo!
Yo, what up?
It's good.
Hey, oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Yo, man, we don't do that here. We're good.
Yeah. Wrong. Worst timing ever to have a cough.
Right.
But yo, welcome back to Fire Fridays. Didn't have a show last week. I apologize for that. Just had some stuff going on or whatever. And welcome back, man. I'm glad you guys have decided to spend your Friday evening watching. If you're in the chat, if you're watching right now, I appreciate you. Let's see. Oh, we got see if V back in here.
What's
good?
Here. Oh,
There he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We had a little technical difficulties before the show. Like I said, I appreciate everybody who's watching because this is the best way to start your weekend. Little something. I don't know how long the show is going to be tonight. Got a few topics to talk about. And then the panel will give their opinions on a few things. We're
going to go for 5 hours.
No,
What?
we can't do that.
Starting right now.
And the panel will give their opinions as due as to the topics. Also, hey, don't be scared in the chat to throw your questions in there and ask us what we think about this and that. We'll talk about. We got a little. I haven't seen the movie yet, Scream. But we have two on the panel who have. They'll give their non-spoiler thoughts on the movie. They both saw it today, so it's fresh in the mind. We'll talk about the Batman's rating, which has got some people up in arms. Not me, but some people. Some people.
You said you were boycotting it.
No,
That's you, bud.
Yeah. Ain't boycotting shit. All right, you know what I'm saying? So
We don't do that.
also we had some stuff come out today where there going to be some more releases for physical media as far as it comes to Zack Snyder's Justice League on 4K. Book of Boba Fett. We're going to talk about that, and we'll end the show off with a little bit of Peacemaker, man. We'll talk about a little bit of Peacemaker. Yeah. So what's good, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
I'm good. It's been a week.
Yeah, it has.
Yep.
Let's see who's in here. Is DC Talk? What's good, man? Always good to see you up in the house. Bat Dan, do you really want to taste it? What?
Oh, it's that song from the intro.
We'll talk about that when we get to that topic. Okay, relax, Patrick. Okay, you like it? Hey, cool on you, man. Not me.
You're like the only one.
just seeing Scream really good. Okay, nice. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hey, I appreciate that shit, Drogo. Appreciate it.
Don't tell them what to do.
He's good, man. I don't see. Could appreciate Peace a lot more.
Phone.
Do what?
You should probably like and subscribe to my phone.
Yeah. I honestly could appreciate Peacemaker a lot more as something different if Warner Bros. Was treating talent like. That's
fair.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Have a good night. Oh, you bounce. All right, man. Hey, appreciate you stopping through for the bit.
They said I like Jason. Scream. Goodbye.
Yeah. Jason, what's good, homie? What's good? What's good? So yeah, man. Look, not much went on this week as far as there's a couple things that happened. Obviously, like I said earlier, Peacemaker premiered yesterday. First 3 episodes and stuff like that, and just a couple of things that happened, man. And we'll start off with a movie that I'm gonna try to catch it this weekend. I'm gonna try my best to catch it. When Scream first came out, I thought that was like, this is it's like monumental. Like the first Scream, as far as horror movies go, I was like, this shit threw me for 7,000 loops, and then I came back around. It was awesome. Performances were great. You can say what you want about the rest of the films and the original, the 2, 3, and 4, or whatever. pretty decent, I guess, but nothing can top the first one just because of how it took the horror movie genre and turned it upside down and said, "Yo, this is how you do it." Shouts out to Wes Craven because he did that for us. So yeah, Wes Craven.
OG, bro.
Chill up there, man. So I'll start off with Joey, man. So you and Phil saw it today.
Together.
I wish. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Who held the popcorn in their lap?
I bought 2 seats because I didn't want to sit next to anybody, and so I could put my popcorn somewhere else.
Nice.
Oh man. So Joey, man, what'd you think, man? Non spoilers, obviously, because it did just come out today. What'd you think about Scream, man?
I really enjoyed it. I honestly hadn't seen the second or third one up until like a couple years ago. So I don't know. I was like that for a while with like, movies. So like I'd seen 1 and I'd seen 4, and like I was just like, I don't know what's going on. 2 and 3 weren't amazing. They, but like you said, it's hard to capture the same magic of the first Scream movie because it is so. It was a game changer, and no one had really done it like that before. But this new one I thought was really well done. I think they respected, they mentioned a lot of legacy characters, and this is, I don't know, Phil, if you can agree to this, if this is the most meta Scream movie that there is, because like 4 was more like meta towards like the internet and like how people see just like horror movies in general, but this one was like, I don't know, it felt like not like in a bad way. It was kind of just like very in your face with, this is a requel or whatever they called it.
Yeah. I guess to kind of piggyback on what Joe said, I'm probably right there with him. I agreed it quite. I agree. I enjoyed it quite a bit myself. I was exposed to the first film at a very young age, like 5 or 6 was when the first time I saw Scream.
Hey,
what's up, bro?
To me, that's like, the akin of maybe some kid in 78 watching Halloween for the first time at the same age. So for me, I like that was kind of like the introduction to horror in a way. I kind of paved the way to go check out Halloween and such. And, as far as the other films are concerned, I like 2. I don't know why people dislike 3 so much. I mean, they're someone put it best. I don't remember who, but like, this is probably the only horror franchise where the only thing that remains consistent, and it's really consistent, is that there's a through line in the cast of characters that have carried like all 5 movies. And Sidney Prescott, Dewey, and Gail Weathers, Courtney Cox, and like, oh man, she's a character in this film. I'll just say that much. As far as the film itself, I think it was very well articulated in terms of how to approach this film specifically, and if you wanted to try and do another film, especially after what happened with the 4th one. I remember actually seeing the 4th one. That was one of the first films I saw right out of high school, and that's probably the one I've revisited the least. Not because I didn't like it, but just because like just haven't had the time or the money, and I just never owned the franchise, honestly. Not out of not love, just never found the time to find it. But
if you want to watch a Scream movie, like the first one's just like the go-to.
They're also on cable all the time too.
Yeah,
all the time. They're like on TNT forever, bro.
Yeah. So go ahead, go keep going.
I guess for me, like, it really is just about, seeing the legacy characters utilized in a respectful way. And I feel like that was executed well here. No pun intended. But, I actually really enjoyed the twists and turns that they did. There's, it definitely is a requel in a lot of regards. I feel like between this film and The Matrix, we're starting to see a genre of filmmaking that's almost meta in a sense.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I had little to no issue. I was actually very surprised, and I think there's a couple little tributes there too. Wes, Craven, which I actually really liked as well. Just really, really solid all around.
Nice. That's good. That's good to hear. Like I said, I'll try to catch it. The first, one of the things that's really, really crazy about the first Scream is like it came out, and obviously horror movies always come out. So it came out, and then it was like, yo, the box office for this movie is getting bigger by the week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it released, it had like a whatever kind of box office, like decent, and then it was just like it just kept going up. I was like, oh
yeah.
I might need to, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a big, horror movie type of dude.
Yeah.
And shit, you know what I'm saying? So like I was like, oh, that's damn. Let me check this out.
We saw Ghostbusters and you were shivering.
Nah,
you were so
relax. Nah,
like,
but I mean, there's certain moments of that, and I think that I'll never forget. And so like, yeah, I'll make it ever check it when the first Scream, when he turns around, he says, we all get a little crazy sometimes. I was like, what is happening right now?
Mm-hmm.
And that set a precedent where, with I Know What You Did Last, all of these movies that came immediately after that, and the next coming
with the same concept.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like they went for the surprise. They didn't go for it. Like
they created that suspense thriller, man.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't create it, but they added a whole new level to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's like before that, what you had Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, or just any of those films, like you knew who the killer was from day one.
And you knew
so like that was you
up.
knew what to expect, and they you know what I'm saying. But with these movies, they were like, we're not gonna let you.
The fun of it is figuring, oh, who's the killer this time?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, especially
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, especially like the first one. I think two of my favorite aspects of that movie was like just hearing the fact that they plastered Drew Barrymore's image all over the posters, all over like the trailers.
Oh, that was fire. That was fire.
For her to die in the first 5 minutes, and I'm like, that is such a cool like bait and switch type of deal where it's just like she's like the biggest star of this particular moment. And it's like, oh wow, she's gonna be like the hero of this movie.
Get murked out.
Oh, okay, she dies. All right.
And a lot of movies follow that pattern too.
Yeah.
They would get like a famous, real big time actor or actress, and kill them off in the first couple minutes, man.
Yeah. That's it.
So like this film, what's fun about this new Scream is like there's a fun thing about one of the main characters that's kind of would you say it's kind of a bait and switch, Joe? I wouldn't necessarily call it a bait and switch, but kind of like a oh shit moment.
A little, yeah.
It's like, a little bit of an oh shit.
Yeah. Which is like, with this series, it's almost to be expected now. So it doesn't feel cheap. It just kind of feels like it doesn't pack the same punch, I guess. But it is still definitely cool. And I think another thing from the first movie is Matthew Lillard's performance as Stu. I don't care what any people love to like dog on that sometimes. I think he perfectly captured that. It
was awesome.
He was literally just like delusional.
Yeah.
He was like hyped up that he was like getting stabbed, and then he sits down. He's like bleeding out. He's like, my mom's gonna be so mad. And I'm like, no. what are we talking about? I thought that was just so well done.
Yeah. Matthew Lillard was fired in the original script.
Something just came to mind. Joey got
oh boy.
You know what? I'll DM it to you on Twitter.
Okay, because
I'm not going to say it live because I don't want to ruin this movie for anybody.
No, I got you. Yeah, don't, because this is the kind of movie that like
you want to experience
a little bit. Yeah, you want also that, but just a little bit too much will ruin it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
the whole movie.
So that's so with that, and then, this is I would call this a random question. Hadn't done one in a minute. So all y'all, the scariest movie you saw as a kid, like when you were a kid.
Oh shit's easy, dog.
What's it?
Fucking the Poltergeist, bro. I mean, not the Poltergeist, the Exorcist, man.
Yeah.
My mom warned me not to watch the movie. She constantly told me, don't watch it. And then one day, because the CDC, is that the one? No. Which one? The fucking CDC. Which one monitors the TV?
Oh,
the CPC. I think it's
FCC.
FCC.
Yeah, one of them abbreviations, right? Before they gave a fuck, they used to show The Exorcist on TV.
Yeah.
The full thing, like uncut, man. And I was a jackass, and I was a kid, and I was home alone, and I was like, "Oh, The Exorcist is on," and I watched it.
Oh,
horrible decision, bro. But I was so scared though. I couldn't change it or leave. Like I was so scared. I was interested, but I was just like in the back of my head, I was like, "Oh, I'm fucked up for life."
Yeah.
No movie did that for me. I was home alone. Everyone was out of the house. I was out. My parents split up when I was young, so I was at my dad's house, and I was home alone one night, in like 2007, watching The Hills Have Eyes, the remake.
Bro,
that movie messed me up.
That is exactly what I was going to say.
Man,
what up, Katsuga?
That movie will mess anyone up.
It's the fact that it's not even scary. It's like traumatizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things in that movie that's so graphic and so like demented that you're just like, holy fuck. And I watched the entire thing. I was like, why am I not changing the fucking channel?
And then you go back and watch the original. I believe.
No. I said I will never watch anything like this again.
Oh, dude. I think the original is Wes Craven. If I'm not mistaken. Let me double check.
Oh, is it? That yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Is it less like? Is it less? Demented.
It's a lot less graphic.
Gotcha.
Have you guys seen it? Made in written and directed by Wes Craven, 1977. Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, Wes used to. He used to get down, dude. Wes used to get down when he stepped in to direct a movie, and you already knew what the style was going to be. That's what he did, man. And break ground and shit like
Oh yeah.
I think for me, I can't remember how it happened, but I ended up watching Children of the Corn, bro.
Alone.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Children of the Corn, dude.
Them kids got problems, bro.
And look. When I was young, I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street. Like those movies were like to me they weren't scary. They were entertaining and they were
funny.
Like they were. You know what I'm saying? Like Freddy Krueger was he looked scary, but the movies were entertaining. You always like, oh, how's he going to kill this person? Like you know what I'm saying? That's how you watch those movies. Children of the Corn. No. That's not how you watch. You know what I'm saying? Any of those movies, even a movie like Cujo. Cujo was scary, dude.
Yeah,
Cujo was, but you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't. It's just like I'm like comparing it to even when it comes to the Halloween movies, which the original Halloween scary as fuck. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, but it was a thing where at a certain point in time, you watch to see how they were going to kill the next person. You know what I'm saying? I remember Freddy Krueger brought up the damn
the syringe fingers.
Yeah, and he he killed the heroin addict.
3, and shit. I think that's in
the Dream Warriors. Yeah. And then also he turned into a puppet and just like
dude, that was so messed up.
They had a whole horror fucking series about puppets, dude.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th Part 3, where Jason harpoons a cat to the face with a.
Jesus,
the movie was in 3D.
Look at all Hellraisers, like the whole Hellraiser saga was about torturing people.
Oh man,
that's one of those series I could never get into because I was like, this seems too much. Like, not a fun like 80s horror movie. It's just like,
Clive Barker's on another level, man.
Yeah,
he is. He is. That dude is
on a whole nother level, dog.
Yeah,
Stephen King's It, the 2-parter they did in 1990, the miniseries. That as a 2-parter, that messed me up too.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. It was.
Looking back on it now, it's not it's not much because it's just like very 90s TV.
Sure, yeah.
But back then, it's like that was enough to be like especially just like a clown. It's like that's all I need to be like, okay, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Or even like the really well transition of like when Eddie Kaspbrak is in the shower. And like it's Tim Curry, and he just pops out, and speaks whatever. But then he puts his head down, but then the head pops back up, and it's the teeth, and you hear the, and it's man, just that was enough to just if you're young enough, that'll mess you up.
That entire library scene has always screwed me the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
it is always, bro. Like I don't care, bro. Like it's bad.
Never mind, it's scary. Never mind.
I probably need therapy.
Don't
Uh,
support. Yo,
The
speaking
Mist
of this
pissed
movie,
me off, bro.
the Mist, the obviously the one with Thomas Jane and shit, right?
Yeah.
I love that movie. The Mist, yeah. That movie's fire, and I will never forget. And obviously, you know, Stephen King shit. Like at the end, I was just like jaw dropped at the end because he literally just straight murked his kid, everybody in the car, and he's like, it's just clicking, and all of a sudden, the tank rolls through. And fucking, what's her name sitting on there from The Walking Dead? She just like, yo, I got my kids. Where your kids at? I was just like,
Well, that makes sense. And in all fairness, you know, Anthony comes from a time where TV turned off at a certain time.
okay,
You know what I'm
shut your ass.
So I understand why it's. I get it.
That that movie, like the creatures in that, like they make my skin crawl. Yeah. And if a movie can do that, and like like that movie had me hooked. If a movie can do that, like that, I'm like, okay, that's scary. Like that's a good scary movie.
Yeah.
Even though it's not traditional or whatever. You know what still will give me nightmares? Like as a grown man. I don't know if you guys have seen. That really threw me off.
Oh yeah.
If you guys have seen 1408 with
John Cusack is it? Yeah.
I think just the ambiance of that movie, just like when they play that song, "We've Only Just Begun," and like, I'll probably get nightmares tonight just talking about it. Like and I'll still watch it is the thing, but it's just like just the ambiance, just like, creeps me out.
One dude who got knocked for stepping into the horror game and he's been successful and he's still making movies is Rob Zombie. I love Rob Zombie horror movies. His remakes, everything, like
House of
a Thousand Corpses, that whole saga was amazing.
Rob Zombie takes it to the level, bro. He's
yes,
just like he's like Clive
bro.
Barker, man. He's just like you know what I'm saying. It's just that same level of it's technically the same genre, but it's branched out to a certain extent to where like
and he don't care if he gets like canceled for the shit. You know what I mean? Like he pays for the shit himself.
Yeah, I think from a psychological perspective, I like his Halloween remake a little bit, but the second one, not so much.
If you like it from a psychological perspective, you probably need therapy, Phil.
Oh no, I mean like the psychological examination of Michael Myers. But I hear you. Maybe, yeah.
I just want to ask y'all that because I knew y'all gonna talk about Scream. I was like, I wonder what's the scariest movie. Yeah, and it also. As kids, we're stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like we're dumb. We're literally we'll like just like V was saying. Mom was like, "Don't watch that at all," but guess what? You're still gonna do because
like
even if you're watching from like the doorway and you're just like,
no, I was chilling on the couch, feet propped up, bro. Like,
watching some fucking
I was like 8 years old.
Yeah. Jeez. So speaking of Scream, I'm gonna try my best to catch it this weekend. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's probably you got Phil and Joey's seal of approval on Scream and shit, or 5 cream if that's what you want to call
5 cream.
it.
And I'm sure that's exactly why they didn't put the 5 in front of it.
And that's why they should have, Phil.
I'm sure that's why they should have, but I'm sure that's also why they didn't.
You got to capitalize on the 5 cream.
5 cream.
Also,
there's just real quick, Joey. Did you appreciate the jab at like the 8th episode of whatever they were alluding to there? Did you find that funny?
Of stabs?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was. You'll look for that, Anthony, and you'll just be like, I know exactly what that's from. And it's gonna make you chuckle. I shit you not.
And let's not forget, it did lead to like the most funniest comedy parody, in scary movies.
Yeah, Scary Movie was pretty funny. Scary Movies, yes.
Up until like the 3rd, 4th one.
I was gonna say the 3rd one is where it was just like
but the first 2 were hilarious.
Yeah. They did. Yeah, they did.
Which that led into like every other sort of movie.
Yeah,
like they made like epic movie, disaster movie,
superhero
movie. They made Meet the Spartans, 100. Oh my god, those were all terrible.
They were horrible. But they, But the first two were by the Wayans, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
they made
that
Scary
has a
Movie.
lot to do with it.
Mhm.
I'll never forget. Well, I can't remember which scary movie it was, but like, dude. As a matter of fact, he's in Peacemaker. He plays like a detective or some shit. But he pulls the picture out of his locker, and it's like, I know what you did. He shows a picture of his.
Oh,
That's the first one.
yeah. Oh man,
yeah, that's just
Oh,
hilarious.
shit.
No, they did some good things with those movies, and they they tried to branch it out. I think they got a little bit carried away with it, but
yeah.
so yeah, that's it. Yeah, you'll check Scream out if you haven't yet. I know it just started today, but so next thing, man, I want to ask you guys, man. So I know we talked about it last night, Phil, on Four Nerds. So the Batman has been announced to be rated PG-13. All right.
Boo. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
My thoughts, real quick, before I ask you guys. Zero problem with that. Some of the best movies, some of the darkest movies I've ever seen have been rated. The entire Dark Knight trilogy is PG-13. So there you have that. People who are in outrage about that, I don't understand like what you were expecting. I mean, you were expecting to see faces shot off or beat off, like I don't know what you expected to see in that movie, but PG-13 is fine with me. It is perfectly 1,000% okay, and it's still going to be dark, and you're still going to see Batman break somebody's like bones and
I'm
shit.
gonna watch Batman beat the shit out of some people.
Yeah. So Joey, man, what you think about the PG-13 rating and going forward with it?
I think I saw it and I was like, cool, and like went away for an hour, and then like I came back to Twitter and everybody was like, what the hell is this shit? And I'm like, every other Batman movie has been rated PG-13. Like, okay, obviously besides
66
BVS. Or yeah. But like the BVS Ultimate Edition and Zack Snyder's Justice League. But like, I wasn't shocked. Like I didn't expect this movie to be rated R. Like you can still do a hard PG-13, which is, I think that's the point I wanted to make. So many, like I actually saw someone question what a hard PG-13 is, and I was like, there's a lot of movies that do that. That's not a new thing. Like you can get away with a lot if you push the envelope. Like this is a Batman movie. You don't need to be dropping F-bombs. You don't need to be, showing nudity. So like even just in the first trailer where he's like, he punches that dude like 20 times in the face. I'm like, holy shit. Like that's a lot for a PG-13 movie. Yeah. But like, it's again, they're getting away with it. So I'm not, surprised. I'm not in uproar about it. I'm obviously going to go see it. People just need to calm down. I think they're trying to use it as like ammo against this studio that they hate, which is I get it, but it's just it's weird. It's the wrong direction, I guess. Like it's the wrong thing to aim at when you're with your anger towards the studio. So I still can't wait for it. I'll be there day one. Yeah.
V, what you think about that, man? We saw hold on. So I was still stationed in El Paso, B&B word. And I think it was Man of Steel.
It was Man of Steel, yeah.
The girl fell up the steps, bro. How does that even happen?
Bro, I don't even know how she fell. Like she was walking forward.
Oh, in the theater?
Yeah,
she was walking up the steps.
Oh no.
She had a full bucket of popcorn, like fresh ass popcorn, bro. I could see the butter glistening, you know what I mean? and she just tried to moonwalk forward and just straight missed the step, bro. And
we're sitting and we see it and we're just like,
we couldn't help it, man.
Yeah, dude.
And she just got up and turned around, and just walked the fuck out, dog.
Damn.
I don't blame her,
Yeah, because it was packed. It was open tonight for Man.
It was,
and
it was packed. She was, she was there right before the movie started. So you do the math. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
She's
that
lucky
is
a couple
one
people
of
didn't point.
But what you think about the PG-13 rating, man? What you think about that?
At first I was kind of like, I was at work and I seen it. It was like, Batman PG-13. I was like, oh, that's some old bullshit. But then I was just like, the more like I started reading on it, and I was just like, nah, that's straight. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, people forget like movies like Sucker Punch, Terminator. You know what I mean? Like some of these movies were PG-13. You know, Man of Steel, PG-13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Sucker Punch actually is like rated like the most violent PG-13 movie. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can still make a PG-13 movie and make it violent, make it good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about tone. It's all about, you know, how you use these words and shit like that. Like as long as they're not like Titans and just throwing fuck and, you know, every other word for no reason, you know, they'll be all right, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I was straight with it. And plus, man, like I think if they give it like the R rating, like how like the Joker was and things like that, I feel like it gives it a higher expectation and like they demand more of it because it's rated R. You know what I mean? And it's like you said, you don't gotta go that route. You ain't gotta see titties and hear fuck every other scene in Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Phil, what you think about it, man?
You know, I think like you mentioned, we talked about this yesterday on the Four Nerds. I'm not too shocked at all that it's PG-13. I mean, this is Batman. This is Batman.
Jason fucking Todd.
Yeah.
Batman sells toys around the world, so of course they're going to make this marketable to every audience imaginable. But also, like, just on the merits of the movie itself, it's dark, but at the same time, like, looking at everything that Christopher Nolan did, I'm like, there you go. There it is. Like, there's the piece in the pie. And then, you know, Batman v Superman was theatrically released PG-13, and even the R rating on that is still, you know, it's warranted, but even not by much. Same with Zack Snyder's Justice League. So it's just interesting to me that people are just like butthurt, mad, whatever you want to name it, and just, you know, for rating on a comic book movie, it's like, pound sand, stay mad. I'm so tired of these little nitpicky bullshit things people are getting angry about, especially with a character like Batman. Like this is a character who survived, you know, the last 30 years on cinema, the last 80 years in comics and any other medium. So it's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah, it's good. It'll be good.
I remember when they first casted, because I am very anti Twilight, and
don't tell Meg.
I'm one of those people. Maybe I'm a few. Maybe there's a lot. I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of people, so I couldn't tell you. I'm one of those people where it's like, if you play like a great role, like I hate you or I love you forever because of that role. Like as a Mexican, I'm a big fan of Selena. The girl that played Yolanda that killed Selena, I hate her forever. It's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? She played a good role. You know what I'm saying? It's just things like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I hated them because I was like, yo, you messed vampires and werewolves up. Like, those are my things. You know what I'm saying? And you messed them up. And then when he got casted as Batman, I remember I hit Anthony up and I was like, I was so upset. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, Batman's gonna glisten, bro. I was like, it's not gonna work. Like the Batmobile can't gleam. You know what I mean? It can't twinkle.
You know what's funny? I remember when like there was a rumored short list of Batman going around. It was like Kit Harington, it was like Aaron Taylor Johnson, it was this, you know, for sure Nicholas Hoult and Robert Pattinson were also on the list too, and I think maybe Armie Hammer and then one other actor was in in the running for it. And like then we heard it was down like the final three, but of course, you know, Robert Pattinson, Nicholas Hoult, and between that, I just went, you know what? If this is where we have to live with, I'm with Pattinson because I've already seen what Nicholas Hoult looks like in a comic book movie. I haven't seen what Robert Pattinson can do, and that also happened to be like the same time I'd watched The Lighthouse, and then sure enough, he gets cast as Batman. I was like, oh,
and that was my thing. It was there was a long list, bro.
Dude can act.
He went up against a long list of
people,
of people that he had to compete against, and that's what really kind of made me sit back and think like. And look at the movie at a different angle because it was like he beat out a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just let's be honest, the guy looked good in the suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got. I mean, that's key number one, bro. You got to look good in the suit.
Yeah,
you got to have a chin.
Can't be running around looking like a busted suit, all sloppy and loose.
You got to have a chin, and he's got the chin for it.
Yes.
Affleck had the chin.
Okay,
I'm glad I'm glad that there's enough. There was enough time between his role as Edward to his role as Batman because he really, I think he grew as an actor.
Yeah.
not that he really needed to prove himself like to anyone, but like he, had so many roles where he like got to stretch himself, and especially in The Lighthouse, like that was that was insane.
Lighthouse,
good
good time.
Time. Devil All the Time.
Devil All the Time.
Oh, Devil All the Time.
Really
Yeah,
good in that.
He's
well, shit, there was enough room for him to get between Ben Affleck and him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'll real quick back to the rating thing. One of the darkest things I've ever seen in a PG-13 movie was from The Dark Knight Rises, when Bane's guys hang up those undercover cops.
Oh, under the bridge. Yeah.
That gave me the chills. I was like, that's
snapping a fool's back in half,
or like even when he enters, the national banking system in Gotham and just slams people's heads on desks.
Right.
Turns people, like, he's ruthless.
Yeah,
super ruthless.
But
in that movie.
just them hanging on that bridge was, I was like, ugh, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
So PG-13, we're gonna be fine. Just
relax. There's some as far as what we were talking about with Pat's. I'm always such a let's wait and see guy that it's just like when Ben Affleck got cast, I know it was like, hey, you remember Ruiz? He was like, man, hell,
he hated it, man.
yeah. I was just like, hey, we just have to wait and see, you know what I mean? And then obviously Ben Affleck turned out to be fire.
Yo, a lot of people hated Ben Affleck when he first got casted, bro. I was all for it, man. I was just like, fuck
I was just like,
bro,
yo, let's just wait and see. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like 1,000% for, but I was just like, we gotta wait and see, man. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know how he's gonna be portrayed. We don't know what the script is like. Whatever, all of this stuff, we don't know why. And then obviously, what's come out since why Zach chose Ben. But and that's the same thing,
bro. Fresh out of rehab, he's got swole. Fuck it, bro. Throw the suit on, bro.
And then when it came to Robert, I was like, okay. And then obviously he looks damn good in the fucking suit, which
absolutely,
he looks good. What do y'all think? Y'all think we get a different suit by the end of the movie?
Yes, I had the same thought. I think so.
Possibility, yeah.
I say we see 3 total suits. I say 2 worn, and I say one one little shout out, you know what I'm saying? Little throwback or something, you know what I mean? Might be hanging up in the back cave or something, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we see him in like a starter suit?
I think we see him in a starter suit. I think he ends in the final suit.
Yeah.
But I think somewhere in the back cave along the movie, you know what I mean? We get a little Easter egg, you know what I mean?
I wonder if this is like really setting the stage for him to really kind of embrace not only some of his own personal roots, because like based on what we've been presented, he's operating out of Wayne Terminus, which is, to my knowledge and, from stuff that I've read, feels like it's in underground railroad tunnels or subway train tunnels. Feels like that. But also based on the Bat and the Cat trailer, it's pretty clear that whatever Riddler's plan is going to entail, it's going to involve flooding Gotham City somehow. So if that happens and those tunnels get flooded, where's he going to go? Yeah. I'm imagining he might find a cave underneath his house. Well, maybe it's already there, but he doesn't use it. Like, I don't know. We don't know, but like, I'm very, very curious to see just what kind of Batman world Reeves is building with this movie, and like just the approach he's taken with the Riddler. I'm stoked for. Yeah, the fact that his Batman is building everything himself, like that Batmobile is just so badass. I know people are like kind of crying about it, but I'm like, this is the first time Batman's had an actual drivable vehicle since 1989 and 66.
Aside from the super high tech, motorcycles he's had, you know what I
mean? Yeah. No, well, I mean, we're all looking forward to it, and the thing about it is it's fire to me, the fact that we've had a few trailers and it's still shrouded in mystery. Like, this movie is still, we've had some quotes from the Riddler that they played throughout the trailer. We have all of this stuff, but it's still like, but we don't know. And I'm very, very happy about that, because I am very, very excited to be blown away sitting in a movie theater watching this movie and not knowing what's going to happen and not knowing what to, you can, there's just some things you can come to, you think you might come to expect, but I think this is going to be that shit, man. So obviously,
every image, every still I see, bro, it makes me more and more interested. Because at first I was just like, Yeah, all right, whatever.
What?
What?
Relax, man.
Like, as a lifelong Batman fan, I will always
Delete.
take like
Yeah,
more
delete.
of the character, 100%. So I'll never say
Yeah.
no to more Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And this one looks like it's going to be also, like we said last night on Four Nerds. Matt Reeves' previous 2 films before he got to the last 2 Planet of the Apes movies, they're PG-13, and those are some dark fucking movies. Those are some damn dark,
Fucking
like,
great movies.
yeah, they're fire
Yeah.
too.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, I do love me some fuck.
He also did Cloverfield, the first one.
Yeah, he did. Yep. And that was
Hey, so does this Batman? Because I really don't know. Does this Batman is it connected to anything? I know it's in its own universe, but is it connected to anything like any of the TV shows, anything that's came out?
Yeah, it's connected to this season of Sesame Street. So
Got it. So the Count, right? Him and
the count gonna show up.
okay.
Oh man,
Him and the
that's
Riddler
too
working
good.
together and shit.
Pseudo parents.
No, but I know that this movie is like spinning off and
That's why the Bears ain't in the playoffs. man.
spin-offs on HBO Max.
I know the Bears. I don't know why I would be surprised about that.
Go ahead, Phil.
I was just gonna say this movie is like spinning off shows on HBO Max. Like there's a Penguin show and a Gotham show coming out of it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
That's
was super
cool.
hyped when I seen the Penguin's dad. I was like, oh shit, that's gonna be dope.
What was
Penguin's
that?
dad is in this?
No. You talking about the older guy in the trailer? That's the Penguin, man.
That's the Penguin.
Yeah.
Oh
That's,
shit. Well,
that's
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, man. Colin Farrell.
is that really?
That's
Yeah.
Colin
Take
Farrell.
it
Yeah.
easy,
Oh shit! I
sweetheart.
seen it on Twitter, man. I was like, oh shit, dog. I thought it was his pops.
Oh no, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh damn,
they're
yeah. Oh
going
shit,
for-
shit. That even look even better, man.
Yeah.
Shouts
they're
out to
going-
Danny DeVito though, man. He played a bomb Penguin dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, Danny D.
Danny
fish.
D.
Danny D.
That's how you address him, bro. Fucking that's Danny D.
Danny D.
All right, so something else I want to bring up. Somebody let's see. Somebody put this out there. All right, hopefully this shit works without flashing. Fucking where's it at?
Woohoo.
So somebody cut together a scene from BBS with a scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League with the timestamps of certain things taking place in the movie, which is absolutely fucking fire. So let's take a look at this.
Oh yeah, I made this.
Did you know in Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, Superman is killed at 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 49 seconds into the movie? And in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Superman is revived at 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 49 seconds of the movie. And it's even better than that. Acts 2:38 in the Christian Bible say, then you will receive the Holy Spirit as a gift. The Holy Spirit being the breath of life.
All right, hold up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I've
you
just
might
been
Breaking news.
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold up. All right. So this is very unexpected. Did she send me the message?
Breaking news.
Meg?
I just
Yeah,
hopped on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right, let me go to this real quick.
This is an ACS Universe exclusive.
Yes, yo, fucking
Beep, 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 beep.
ACS Exclusiverse. Go ahead.
What? Exclusiverse. All right, so damn it. Oh, I can make it bigger. Okay, there you go. So apparently, let me go back and make sure I give somebody proper credit for sharing this shit.
It was
So
her. She posted on
the
Instagram.
first.
Oh shit.
She did. The
Yep.
actress.
Yes.
All right, so
Indeed.
this is the first look at
Nancy Grace's Batgirl.
Yeah,
Nancy
Grace.
Grace.
Yeah. Nancy Grace's Batgirl. This is what her suit's gonna look like in the movie. So this is first shit, y'all. I'm glad it broke during the show. Well, how long ago did she post that shit?
Damn.
Yeah, looks
Wow.
good, man.
That looks really good.
It looks a little funny to me right here in this middle part, but other than that shit looks good, man.
Right.
She's
That's
got-
what I'm
she's got
saying,
the-
bro.
she's-
You gotta fit the suit.
Mhm.
Yeah, she fits the suit though.
Yeah, man.
She fits the suit.
I like the shadow that it's casting.
Oh, dude,
On that
this
wall, that looks
is
good.
fucking fire.
Yeah.
Damn.
The double shadow is casting.
Huh?
Oh my God, the double shadow it's casting.
Oh yeah.
No, there's someone else there with a cape.
Ooh.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
Unless that might be a double shadow. I don't know.
I think it's Hugh.
I think it,
okay. Probably not, but
it'd be hella cool if it was Robin.
I believe it's Carmen Sandiego.
She said, I was looking at something else, didn't even see it. I was just like, yo, what's good? It's just to start going crazy. What up, Beltray? What's good, homie? Leslie Grace posted it. Looks good if someone else was wearing it. Whoa, Droga, whoa. It looks like I wouldn't give it that. I wouldn't put it on that type of level.
Nah, bro. It don't got pockets.
All right, Droga. Who would you want to see? Actually, I don't care.
Yes, it's a movie. It's a movie.
It is indeed a movie.
Yes,
indeed it is.
Meg said it looks. Hey, I wouldn't put it on the CW level though. I'm put it on the CW level. I think it looks all right, man.
Showtime after dark, you know.
I don't mind it. I enjoy it. Looks about as faithful as you're gonna get if you're gonna do Burnside shit.
Yeah. She's got a little button right here.
Yeah.
I
mean, it looks better than the last movie Batgirl was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point, Meg.
What?
Probably her first suit, and it'll probably get worked on.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Possibility, you know what I'm saying? When she first pops on the scene.
No, the cowl got some texture to it, and it's kind of
cowl looks good.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, the shadow that it's casting on the wall is pretty good.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 weeks to make that, man.
Let's see the top. The top was actually made from a buffer chain.
Maybe it is. I mean, it's.
He said,
she doesn't have. Okay, I'm not going to go to the ends of the earth to defend this movie because all the stuff that's been coming out this week, whatever.
Right.
She does not have the money that Bruce Wayne has, so that's her suits aren't going to look like what Bruce Wayne's looks like. So just give it 5 minutes.
Y'all on it, man.
Peter Parker has
like a bedroom costume with NBA snaps. You can tear it off in one go. He said he's got some tearaways on. Damn.
I'm really glad they actually put something out because they were already getting out to filming out on. Outside, so
she probably got ahead of this the same way Sandberg did with
Shazam.
Shazam, yeah. Let me go ahead and put these images out there so that we ain't got to worry about the shit it looking shitty when somebody takes a picture from fucking behind 6 cars or whatever. She does have a pocket, man, right there, man. She's got a whole zipper.
Is it full?
She's got her own grapnel gun too on the side of her.
Yep,
leg.
she does.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
she's gonna fight what? She looks like I think it looks all right, man. I think it looks all right, especially if this is like her first one and she's going to evolve it towards the end.
Yeah,
and it could be one of those situations where it was kind of like Daredevil, which I love. All the Daredevil's costumes in that series are fire, from the black suit to that should look good. So maybe it's one of those situations where she starts off with this and then they change it as it goes forward. But it doesn't look as good as Sasha Calle's costume, though.
No,
I don't think it does.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not get carried away.
Yeah, she looks all right, though. She looks all right.
Yeah,
Anthony Bethray said, I know what Anthony Bethray is saying. The costume is trash, bro.
That's
exactly the guy who doesn't like anything. Thinks
ground. So we'll see where they go with that. I'm glad that popped up. It's probably a prototype suit. Maybe.
Hey, Anthony, I'll tell you what. Put the costume on, bro, and then we'll see who rocks it better.
Oh,
I'm not putting
man.
on the Are you talking about Anthony Beltray? Okay, yeah. It's probably a prototype suit. Maybe at the end of the movie she gets a new suit. Probably
that cowl though. I like that cowl. That cowl looks spot
on. It looks dope, bro.
Yeah. Her hair looks great too, man.
Yeah,
they saw her. The pictures that came out a couple days ago.
Switching it up, man. Giving her a fire ass suit and fucking up the cow.
I hope not. That'll be fucked up. But I don't know, man. That shadow back there looks. I mean, it could be that gargoyle or whatever, but
she could have threw the camera to somebody and told her, "Hey, take a quick pic." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big difference is her shadow shows some pointed ears. The other shadow does
not.
The
others don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, up there.
And
so
I'm like,
could be just this.
Somebody got a cape though.
That's true too. Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
I think that's what Anthony. Thanks for pointing that out. That probably is what it is. But
Or-
imagine if it was Robin.
Or the set's
Two.
haunted.
What?
The movie set's haunted.
They said I was
Glasgow.
expecting the Arkham Knight costume. Maybe
I mean-
at the end.
Or maybe
Maybe
it was an
settle your
imitator right before
expectations.
she
I
was
would say
there.
don't expect too much.
Yeah, so there's that. Glad that shit dropped during the
Yes.
show. That was cool.
Yep.
That was dope.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Meg.
Shout out to Meg
saying
for
that
the
to us.
breaking
Yes,
news
thank you, Meg,
update.
for-
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't have a breaking news thing. So.
We are.
Yeah, I do have one on instant replay for
There you go, bro.
which news never breaks on instant replay. So that's I don't know why I haven't. Well, we have had a couple times where it had.
Yeah, I think it was like once. Fool. I watched for 3 years. Dog.
All right, so there's while that popped up, I was showing you guys that 2:38, 2 hours 38 minutes tweet or whatever.
Right.
That's something that dude had put out, or I think it was a TikTok. But anyway, we saw that, which is not a coincidence, in my opinion. No, Zach knows what he's doing. He likes to throw those types of things in there. Joe, you got that?
What is a Venmo?
I'll take what is a Venmo for 120?
Not much. What's a Venmo with you?
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find this shit. All right. So another thing, real quick, that bounced out there today. So Zack Snyder's putting out some more. Well, I don't know if he's putting them out. I would say he's working on Rebel Moon, so he can do this shit. This is some stuff. I don't know if it's Warner Brothers. I don't care. Some more steel books for Zack Snyder's Justice League are getting released. There's this one, and I thought this one was fire. I even tweeted about it, but then people were like, "Yo, but really, what it is there's 3 different steel books inside of that box, and there's this one with the covers or whatever, and then but they're all the same movie, so it's nothing really exclusive. It's just the same. You spell what are you talking about? So all right. So anyway, yeah. So it's the same movie or the same set 3 times in that box. Is the big box going to be steel?
Yo, all those images are raw as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The box? I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't.
Well, I'm a fan of. I like this and this. I don't know why their heads are cut off on this one. It looks weird. But let's see. And you go back to this one. The one that I can't with the hands. The hands.
Yeah, that's not my
Yeah,
favorite
that one's
steel
good.
book.
That one's
Yeah.
good.
I can't with the hands. But the Dark Side sit on throne, obviously fire.
Yeah, that one's
dope.
amazing.
Yeah, it does. So like this box, I don't know if this is good or if it just slides up and there's. I have no idea. I have no idea. Also, don't know what they're gonna charge for that. So
Yeah, I'm afraid to see the price tag
Oh, it's a
on that.
good.
so Meg posted this one, and I saw this one earlier too. So also with those sets, there's gonna be these set. Well, okay.
Yeah, right before getting
this
out.
is fire. Mother Box Atlantean, all right, with a steel book inside. You got a flag, you got a Justice League
Nice.
pin, and you have a 10
10
case.
case.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's nice. I like that one. I like the flag. The mother boxes, I don't care. I'd take any one of the mother boxes to be honest. But then you have this one, which is the mother box Amazonian with the exclusive steel book, the 10 case, and you get 6 pins
6
there.
pins.
Yeah, or no, 7. Yeah. Oh, you get a dark side pin. Oh, I thought
No,
it
how
was
about
a slip. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I still like depending on how big the flag is, I kind of like the flag a little bit better than the pins because I can fly that big.
Yeah.
And then with this one here is the Mother Box Human exclusive steelbook. I do like this steelbook stand. Is kind of fire, dude. Like
that might be the one I get.
you could sit that shit like right there.
Yeah.
Apparently, and then you also
Maybe
get,
I'll get all 3.
I was gonna say who's gonna be the super fan and get all 3 of them.
Apparently, with these 3 things, I'll go back through them real quick. They're limited to 500 produced. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's like
And
it's like
Anthony,
a
get the
time
one with the
release.
flag so I
bet you
can just
anything
come
they're
by
gonna
the
cost a
crib.
fortune.
No, they're like well, I mean, depending, like it might break the bank, but I think I looked at it was like 140. So
Each?
yes, I think.
Yeah.
So like with shipping and stuff, I don't know how much that'll add to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also like a timed release.
You got a lot of
So
weed for that, man.
So it's gonna be you have to be like there when it
First
when it
come,
Yeah.
I have a
first
feeling
serve.
it's gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be like that. Like it's gonna go quick.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. The only thing I have that's numbered to 500. Well, I have a football card. But the only thing I have that's numbered to 500 less is that 4-pack, the Zack Snyder Justice League Funko Pops. That shit went like almost instantly, and
yeah, it must be nice.
But those things are worth they're worth quite a bit. Like people are paying some good money for them on who's buying me one. What?
Hugh is buying you one.
Oh yeah, Hugh. That's right.
Hugh's got you.
He messaged me earlier and he said, "Yo, what's Meg's address? Because I'm gonna get her that thing." So I got. So that's that. That is some more 4Ks releasing. I'm sure I've already own it in 3 different. So probably get another one. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes out. Obviously, those things aren't in stores. Obviously, yeah. Also, you can look on Meg's Twitter. I think she put a link to where they're at on there somewhere.
Yeah, she linked it right under that tweet. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there it is right there. So look on Meg's Twitter. You can see that tweet.
Just let me know when you get yours, Anthony. I'll come by.
Dave's reply.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, okay." And yeah, they go back and this. It's hilarious. All right, so yeah, there's oh shit, I didn't even bring it up. What the fuck? All right, there it is. It's right up under this tweet from Meg right here, where you can find a link to where they are. I don't know when they're going to go on sale. I have zero idea. But yeah,
the nice thing is it's limited to like one purchase per, like it's like one per purchase.
Oh, okay.
So I think hopefully if there's people or like different outlets trying to do like group buys, they can't essentially.
They can't. What they call it sneakers. What they call it something when it came from when people used to go buy Jordans and they get up in line for them and they be like, "Yeah, let me get 3 pair." And
ignorant ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, they go straight to eBay and it's called sneaker something, but
bro.
Click the
scalping.
Money. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is.
Scalping
Yeah,
is
to
what
be
it
quite
is.
honest, but this one's they can't do anything about it. To be honest, click the money button.
You mean the unfollow button?
All right, real quick. So Joey didn't see the latest episode. I don't know, V, if you been on this, the Book of Boba Fett.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right.
I definitely do want to see it. I haven't just haven't seen it yet, but it looks raw as hell.
Yeah, I'd say check it out. What? They're going to be $160 for the mother boxes. Okay, that clears up. All right. So I think Joe, you saw the first 2, right?
Somebody give me one, bro. I'll get you on my taxes next year.
We know, Meg. We know.
I have so many. Yeah, okay. So yeah. Book of Boba Fett. Series came out pretty much 3 weeks ago. 3rd episode came out this past Wednesday. That one was. I liked the 2nd episode a lot compared to the first one. This one is just kind of weird, and I like the direction they're going, but get rid of the kids on the bikes. Not the kids. I like the fact that he brought them in. Joe, you don't know he brought them in for help, like their rides though. I don't know if I can fuck with that. But besides that point, I like the flashback scenes have always been fire. I think we talked about it last night. We thought that the entire first season of Book of Boba Fett should have been all flashbacks, and you just saw a perfect history lesson on him, and it started right at the Mandalorian in season 2, and I think that would have been satisfactory because the flashback scenes have all been really, really good. So what do you think about it, Phil, man? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I can understand why everyone kind of had a problem with the speeders. They're really out of place on a place like Tatooine. But again, I think I might have mentioned this yesterday. If they're kids that are essentially, reformed criminals by the point Boba Fett hires them, they probably got them on Coruscant. How they managed to get them from one planet to the next is beyond me. Maybe they've got a ship. Yeah, there's a little bit of that going on too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a huge Boba Fett fan. I've been a fan of that character since I could, see Star Wars, and I'm all for it. I'm excited and kind of heartbroken by certain things that happened in that episode, but I'm enjoying it. But that's kind of a given for me, I guess. And you made up a really good point yesterday, in that with the Mandalorian being just kind of a blank slate of a character, you can literally do whatever you want. It's going to be raw no matter what. But with Boba Fett, there are a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that come with the yeah. With the Mandalorian, it was literally fresh, just fresh, and you saw what it was Mandalorian, especially the first season. You just saw like another side of Star Wars. You was like, yo, this is so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like I've never seen this side of this era in Star Wars, and so like that's why the Mandalorian was just like, you know, this. And with Boba Fett, yes, there are the expectations. Yes, there are a lot of fans, including myself. Like Phil, you just said, you're a big Boba Fett fan. There's a lot of big Boba Fett fans out there, and so like this show comes with a level of like, you know, this is what I expect. But you know, I think they're doing the best they can because look, you can't please everybody. So like when you're creating this show, Favreau wrote the show, and it's like a thing where it's just like, you know, let's try to let's try to put something out there for every Boba Fett fan, but you're not going to be able to perfectly do that. So the direction, I'm eager to see what happens. And like I said, the flashback scenes are fire, dude. Like that's like when he shows up in the Mandalorian in season 2, like these episodes, all this flashback stuff is leading me to, I understand why he shows up like he does in the Mandalorian. So, but it's just it's the weird it's weird shit with like the mayor. I'm just like, yo, what's going on? and also like I think with this episode, I think they tried to push a bit much with the VFX. That chase scene, dude, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just some times where it's just like, oh wow.
Like you know how in the second episode the train robbery or the train, all of it was just rad, right?
Yeah,
this was like
yeah, like we spent all our money on last episode, so how are we gonna do this one? Yeah, yeah. So Joey, you said you watched the first 2, right?
Yeah.
So what you think so far, man, going into the series?
You know, I've kind of like throughout the years, I've kind of fallen out with Star Wars a little bit, not because of like the content itself, but just like, I think, you know, a lot of the times the fans build it up to be more than what it is. And that leads to them expecting too much and, you know, being disappointed. It's fine to be disappointed with like, you know, the sequel series or sequel trilogy, whatever. But, you know, I won't spend too much time on that. Having said that, I think I've said this before. I might get some flack for it. I'm in the camp that as far as the original trilogy goes, Boba Fett is kind of a lame character. Like in terms of what he does, how he looks is great, you know.
Yeah.
But when you look at what he does in the movies, it's like, you know, he kind of stands there, looks menacing. Yeah, you know, he freezes Han Solo, but like that's not really. And then he he you know falls in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
He doesn't even really freeze him. He just delivers him to Jabba frozen.
There you go.
Yeah.
So like this is kind of a redemption for him as far as live action goes. I haven't watched all of the animated or, you know, whatever series with him. If anything, Django was cooler because like he actually had the you know, they had more room to maneuver with him in the prequel series.
Right.
Yeah. Django was
so like with this show, I think they're and Anthony, you said it, you know, pretty well. Like with Mando, it was kind of just this fresh, no expectations. And also they were like hot out of the gate. They were like, let's go. Let's show people why they want to stick around.
Yeah.
But with Boba Fett, I think again, they came into it saying people know why they're here. They're here for him.
Yeah.
So do we really have to try as hard with this character, or do we let him carry the show, you know, just on his own? But from what I've seen, I think it's good. It's a, you know, they're personalizing, giving him a personality, especially in like the, you know, it's been 5 years since everything that went down. So like they're, you know, they've aged him a little. They've shown like, you know, how he's slowed down a bit. I still don't get everything that's going on with like was it the BAFTA tank or whatever?
BAFTA tank.
BAFTA tank.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay. Like I could do without that, but it's not, you know, the worst thing. I did see a lot of people getting upset about the the speeders. And I was kind of just like, I mean, they don't look great, but like, you know, you look at a lot of Star Wars stuff and you're just like, oh, that is goofy. Like it's just that's
part of the world.
Yeah.
bro.
And it's like, you know, do they are those speeders like out of place on Tatooine? Sure. But it's like these people are probably from a different system. You know, they probably brought their speeders to show off because they're kids and they just want to be assholes about it.
Pay the overnight price and fee for it, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck it, bro.
I mean, like, you know, I've seen
you
some
hating
people
on?
kind of clown on the kids, and it's like, look, this is Boba Fett, and I feel like if he's gonna like try and take power and order in a place like Mos Espa and Tatooine, then he's gonna do it by any means necessary. And what better way to be like, you know, kind of, I know this is gonna sound pretty awful in some regard, but like, you know, kind of influence, you know what I mean? Like take, you know, like let them know, like, hey, you know, I'm chief around here. Let me, if you protect me, I protect you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought that aspect of it was fire when he came up and he was talking to him about it. They was like, "Yeah, we stole it," and he had this conversation. And then when dude came out, he was like,
a conversation with them.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
And then the dude came out and he was like, "Guess what? Yo, these dudes are with me. How about you go ahead and pay them?" Like, it was such a, you know, or he said, "How much do they owe you?" And he said this much amount. He's like, "Nah, what we're gonna give you is this. So fucking relax." But basically that's what he said to him. But I did like the fact that he like recruited some cats and stuff. And obviously Finnick she's great. Ming-Na Wen is awesome. In the series, I do. Like I said, the only time I hadn't liked her is when they got surrounded by those shields and they was getting their asses whooped. I was like, wait a minute, you're the baddest bitch out here. You should be kicking their asses. And then finally she did, but it took a minute.
I think I was messaging you last week when I was watching the second episode, and how it reminded me of this like Mad Max like. Style train thing, the way they called it the long speeder. I'm like, that's some Mad Max shit if I've ever heard one.
That shit was dope, dude.
And just like you know,
like he was acclimating with the Tusken Raiders, and he was like a part.
He was an outsider doing this whole like, you know, we're gonna steal this to get you supplies. I'm like, that's Fury Road or Road Warrior, whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it. And that kind of played into my thought of like, you know, I've heard people. Oh, nice. I've heard people say, you know, he doesn't have his jetpack or doesn't use it as much or whatever. And then, you know, if you ever look at like the Mad Max video game or any video game with like really iconic characters, they're going to make you like weirdly build back up to like using their, you know, their powers or whatever they're going to use. So that's kind of that's kind of how I look at it. I'm just like, well, you know, you don't want. Look at it like Daredevil. You don't want him to be Daredevil right out of the gate. You want him to you need it to build up. That's, you know, like spoilers if you haven't seen the first season of Daredevil yet, which I don't know what you're doing. He doesn't get his suit, his like Daredevil suit until the final episode of the first season.
Yep.
So it's like you got to build to that point. And it is. And you got to build to that point. And with Boba Fett, it's like he was awesome in Mando because it's like he's not the main character. And he can have those badass moments because, you know, you don't want to overpower them.
Legacy things.
Yes. You don't want to overpower them.
They want that Call of Duty aspect and have the jetpacks off jump.
Exactly.
All game long. Sorry,
I still have to watch the third one, but I am enjoying it. You know, especially for someone who, again, has fallen kind of out of love with Star Wars a bit. But yeah, no, I think it's pretty well done. It's not going to be Mando, but I don't expect it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't been watching the Book of Boba Fett and you want to just wait till it's in and watch it, binge it, that's fine. You know, do what you want to do, man. Watch it how you want to watch it. Like I said, man, there's a few issues, but overall, it's pretty good, man. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, like I said, we talked about our issues on here, so yeah, we don't have to like keep like we're gonna say it's pretty good. Watch it if you're a Star Wars fan. If you're a Star Wars fan and hadn't watched it, I don't know what to say. What up, Andre?
Shit. What up, man?
What up? What's good? What's good? All right, so just to you know, not anything else. We'll wrap the show up with a It's just format. That's yeah, what's good. So we'll wrap it pretty much with a highly controversial topic, I'd say, to say the least.
What is that?
So there's a movie that came out last year. It was called The Suicide Squad. It was, you can think what you want about it. I was not that big a fan of it by any means, and there's a lot of reasons why. And one of them was because of Peacemaker. And so obviously we all know the story. Before the movie even got done filming, Peacemaker was greenlit for his own series on HBO Max. And we're like, wait, what? How do you get approved? And a lot of these other things can't get approved when
I would gladly rather see Margot Robbie on a series.
Yeah, that would be. I'm not going to say no to that. Don't say the name. No. So anyway, so the show came out. It premiered on yesterday. 3 episodes on HBO Max. I have watched the first 3 episodes. I spoke on it briefly last night on 4 Nerds. And I'll just give my brief thoughts. I know Joey watched the first one. Did you get through all 3, Phil?
I got through the first 2.
Okay. So we'll just give thoughts. For me, look, I as a comic book fan, as a person who likes the movies, the television shows, who watches everything. First off, I wasn't going to watch it, and I said this last night. I almost thought about not watching it, considering what I had seen in the Suicide Squad. But I thought, you know what? I'd like to at least give my opinion about some of it before I just, I don't want to be the person that just shits on it without saying I saw it, at least watching it. And also, I'm sure there are people in the chat that's probably interested in what my thoughts are on it and what ours are. So I did watch the first 1.5 episodes, and I watched the second half and the third one today. I'll say this. Look, first off, I'll say a positive. I'll start positively. It's the best looking DC show I've ever seen. It looks better than Titans. It looks better than all of that shit. It looks better than Arrow. The quality, and what I mean by that is the quality that they the money they put into the production value of the show. Looks good
on fucking HBO Max. So
well, that's what I thought too. But then Titans went to HBO Max. It's still that's. I'll say this. The complaints I had about the Suicide Squad are the same with this, is that I think I don't mind humor in comic book / superhero things. I think a lot of this is very, very forced. I don't know how many times I'll put there's a sex scene in the very first episode, right? No, you know what? I'll take that back. It's not a sex scene. It's softcore porn. Literally, it's literal full naked bodies. Literally, why?
Are you talking about the first episode?
Yes. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Unnecessary. They could have. So basically, and I'm not to go too much into spoiler territory. I will tell you what leads up to that. He says, he's stating to another character in the show, he's been in prison for this many years. It's been a long time since he's been with a woman. He's trying to clap cheeks, right? So then he finds a woman, and they literally, they could have just alluded to the fact that he got to, pop one off. They didn't have to show that shit. You know what I'm saying? They did
clapped him, bro.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? They didn't have to show it. That's the type of stuff that's in this show. Unnecessary. He told the one girl, my dick's ridiculously big. No, it's really embarrassingly big. I was like, why? No, that kind of stuff doesn't need to happen. Story interesting. I like that the story aspect. How they are going through the story. There was a scene. I don't think y'all have seen it because y'all did watch the third. So she's eating. The one chick's eating some snacks. He reaches in and gets him a big handful of the snacks. Right. He dips through the snacks and puts the ones he doesn't like back in her bag. Why? Why was that scene? That's the type of unnecessary stuff that's in this. I can't. I think I will finish just because I want to be able to comment on this show after an entire season and say, this is why I thought this about this show. But it is very, the unnecessary stuff that's in here is it's ridiculous, man. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, if you like it, cool. Hey, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad that you like watch the show and you get some enjoyment out of it, because I wish I got some. But it so man, look, and before you don't think that I'm not I have one of the foulest mouths that I've ever heard in my entire life. I love, dick jokes are funny.
It's true. You should see our group chat.
Bro.
Yeah. That shit's funny. Not
Gotta
here
have
though.
a good dick joke.
Yeah, not here though. Not in this setting. So, one of those gonna quote. Apparently the show is meant to be. Yeah, but no, I can't. The show is just not for me, Gavin. Pretty true. The rumor happened too frequently and broke up with the story. There, the humor. That's what he's right. Hey, William, what's good, homie? What's good? Thanks for dropping through, man. He said I'd rather watch post. Okay, cool time. I saw all 3 episodes. William said, yeah, dude, it's just not. I you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some good things to here and there, but like, it's just too much. It's just too. It's just too much. He literally says at one point in time, and pardon my fucking French, he's like, "Yeah, I made her come 3 times." Like, why? Why did you say that in this show? This is a comic book show. Why did you have to say that? He literally said that. I was like, that's cool if it's The Hangover Part 2. I don't want to hear that. And I'll move on because I've been just going there. I hate to spend too much time like talking about stuff that doesn't.
I mean, but it's in the it's in
the
popular right now. It just came out, so it's fine. I think it's okay to.
Yeah. Like, Joey, what'd you think? You watched the first episode. That's it. Yeah.
It sure does exist.
Yeah.
I sent a message in our group. I was like, I'm not expecting any brownie points from Twitter or anything. I think I'm gonna stop watching, not because it's too much for me. It's just I had no reaction to it. Mm-hmm. I caught myself sitting there for half an hour, just and that was it. I was just like, what is this show bringing to the table? For me personally. And I wanted to go back to what you just said, Anthony, is that, this is a comic book show. Why do you need to say this stuff? And it's we love shows like The Boys or Invincible or, Deadpool. I think the first Deadpool is still pretty great.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
But this is a universe where supposedly they share the same universe with the DCEU that we've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's just weird to hear it, and just the jokes. It seemed like it needed to joke, and it's if you need a joke, that's not great. Whereas with The Boys, it's you're telling an interesting story. Things are actually happening, and you're not looking for moments of levity. You're letting them happen if they happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hearing what's the name say bollocks. That's just fire in The Boys. Just real quick. I forgot to mention. I've never read, and I said this last time. I don't know, Phil. You've read a lot more books than I have. Have you ever read a Peacemaker book?
I've read Vigilante, but I've not read.
So, is the humor like this? Is there any humor?
I've been thinking about this, and it's interesting to think about because the character appeared in Charlatan Comics. Mm-hmm. He was the blueprint, if you will, for the comedian in Alan Moore's Watchmen. Mm-hmm. And then you think about the direction in which that these characters get taken when they go from page to screen in certain regards. Case in point, Peacemaker by John Cena. The character looks a little ridiculous in the comics, but here they've just kind of really heavily just really leaned into it. Of course, you've got James Gunn at the helm of this thing, and he just goes over the top with anything ridiculous, period. Yeah. And that's kind of his bread and butter. So I think with that, you get what you're getting, but whether or not you like it is entirely up to your own personal taste. And for me, and probably I would imagine a lot of other people here, maybe in the chat on this panel, it's really not. Like Anthony and I, we saw the Suicide Squad a week before everyone else did. And it was, you know, the one thing we both 100% 10 agreed upon was we just do not like Peacemaker. Like that character, nothing against John Cena personally, but like of the three wrestlers that like have turned into actors, it goes for me personally, like Dave Bautista, The Rock, and John Cena dead last. I don't really see him much as like an actor as I do more so like a movie star, I guess. That'd be the best way to say it. But like the show, it's James Gunn. It is unapologetically James Gunn doing what James Gunn is notorious for. And this show is his DNA. Pure, plain and simple.
Why? I'm kind of the same way. Like, why? He said, why?
Okay, so hold up. This way, hey, I appreciate he says the type of vulgarity in the comic is not the same as live action. Cool. That's what I was wanting to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, is it? If it is, then you know what? It's still not for me. But at least they're going off something of comic. Yeah, exactly.
And you know, one thing that really kind of bugged me was the Adrian Chase character, because like I mentioned, I'd only seen the first 2 episodes, and by the end of the second episode, you actually see Vigilante, and you know, they kind of take a different turn in terms of how they handle that character creatively. In the comics, Adrian Chase is actually a lawyer, a district attorney who has some very severe issues, like in the head, mentally speaking. And here, he's a fucking busboy, and I'm just like, no. But the thing is, he's a busboy who's like, again, with severe mental issues. I'm just like, oh no. And he's like Peacemaker's biggest fan, and I'm just, oh dude,
no.
I just find that incredibly disappointing, because I feel like there's a really tragic character there with Vigilante, and he's one of my favorite Marv Wolfman creations. I'm a huge Marv Wolfman fan. Like, I love Cyborg, I love Deathstroke, I love Vigilante, I love a lot of stuff that he's created, and to just kind of like see him be kind of reduced to a light version of Deadpool, I'm just like, it's disheartening. Honestly, I'd much rather just see James Gunn be told no at Marvel for certain creative decisions. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but honestly, like I feel like his Guardian stuff just gels more with me than his DC stuff.
Well, the first one is
for sure the first one.
The show, this is that is a true statement. There's look, man, and you guys didn't see in the 3rd episode. There's literally a scene where like Peacemaker's having an emotional moment, and then like Vigilante shows up at his window, and then he's like,
it's the second
the
episode.
Scene lasts. Oh, is it the second one?
It is the second episode.
Scene lasts literally like 7 minutes of Peacemaker like, I'm not going to look at you because your cock's probably out, and I was like, dude, how long is this going to go on? It literally goes on for like 7 minutes. Like him just doing this, sitting on the bed, and dude's like, no, look at me, it's not out.
It was a dick joke that ran way too long.
Yes,
it was stupid,
dude. It is. Go ahead.
I feel bad because like I've always liked John Cena. I think I've always thought he was great. I thought he was like, I thought he was hilarious. And was that Blockers? Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah,
I've heard that's
whack ass shit.
I thought he don't like it. He don't like. He just don't like John Cena.
Yeah, he just doesn't like John, and that's fine. But like, so I felt bad not liking Suicide Squad because he was in it, and now this. But it's just like, dude, nothing appeals to me about it, and like. I'm not gonna. I'm the same way with you, Anthony. Like, I'm not gonna walk around like, oh, I'm above that type of humor. I'm a pure soul. It's just
I have filthy jokes, bro.
Yeah, even just the jokes this week are just. But like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just something about like them. It being in the same universe as, again, the DCU we've already seen, and also, I saw some people point out how like people are complaining, comparing the old DCEU to Peacemaker to like the opening sequence, which by the way, garbage, awful.
I skipped it both times I watched this TV show.
I haven't watched it. I just can't. I can't deal with it. But
real quick, V, if you haven't seen that,
I have, man. I watched I watched the first because I always say I try to give everything,
Yeah, give it everything a chance, yeah.
And I watched the first 20 minutes before I turned the shit off and never turned it back on. Man. I'm not, it may come as a surprise to some. I'm not a fan of John Cena.
Because you can't see him.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything from his weak ass cameo on Ready to Rumble, and you know what I'm saying? His weak ass wrestling game to his weak ass acting. You know what I'm saying? Like and his weak ass rapping. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that shit too. You know.
Oh yeah, he was.
You know, so
yeah, he was.
I was a big fan. Well, I'm a big Harley Quinn fan, so I was excited when Suicide Squad came out. The first one didn't really go so well. Had a lot of potential. Still does, I still think, the actual version should come out.
Yeah.
But then they made then they made the second one. And I heard about it and I was like, oh, okay, they still using the same Harley Quinn. Okay, that's dope. And then I seen the rest of the cast and I was just like, this is a fucking joke. And then I seen John Cena and I was like, oh, this is
he's already
a
like
fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? And then what turned me off, even before I heard the Peacemaker series was coming out, this motherfucker's just in the costume all the time.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's showing the red carpets, like
everything.
Yeah.
Like I seen this motherfucker on Conan in the costume. And Conan was like, why are you still in the costume? Like, we gave you a wardrobe and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I get his promotion and all that, but it's just,
it's not funny.
It's a try hard.
It's not funny
it's a
at
try
all.
hard, and he's trying really hard, and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, Dave Bautista. He comes with the very serious roles, and he plays them really well. Even as Dax, you know what I'm saying? He plays a serious role. The Rock. He's more of the comedy side. He's kind of nailed that charisma and the comedy. John Cena just sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, I'm glad we can't see him. I wish we saw less of him because he just sucks, bro.
What about all the Make-A-Wish kids he's helped out?
Fucking, they couldn't even see him, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was all in their fucking imagination. They just gave him a couple extra pills that day, man. My bad. Fuck.
I mean,
dog.
at the end of the day, he's the sole reason why the show even happened to begin with, because his name's attached to it.
Yeah, it's and we've mentioned it so many times on all of these streams. It's like, the shows like that happen because the movie comes out first, and the response from the public is overwhelmingly positive, and then they get a show. We're not even done filming the show. Yeah, and let's green light. Right. I don't get it, right? So. Right. And obviously, there's a lot of people. Look, like I said, if you like Peacemaker, hey, big ups to you, man. I'm glad that you enjoy it, man. Like I'm glad, like the stuff that I don't like or stuff that any of us don't like. There's obviously people out there who do like, and that's perfectly fine. I'll never tell you, get the fuck out of my face because you like that show. Never, you'll never hear me say that because I like to have positive opinions for people. Like if it, I like it, man. I really like this. Cool. It didn't vibe with me, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we can move along because we're adults, and that's exactly how that shit operates.
But if you got to go around convincing or trying to convince people,
and that's what I felt like
that like it's good or that like why they should like it. It's like I don't think you actually like the joke. I think you want it to be successful so badly. And the biggest thing I'll say, and probably the last thing I'll say on it, I don't know. It's gonna be a long weekend. It's back to the whole like comparing to the old DCEU to this one, and people are saying why do you complain so much about Marvel having the same tones and all that when you want DC to have the same tones? I'm like, look, if we were still getting the stuff the stuff that the four of us probably want, like another two Justice League movies, If we were still getting that and this, I feel like we'd feel a lot different. Like we'd probably still feel a little bit indifferent towards it, but we'd still probably just be like, you know what, cool. Like we're getting a bunch of different things, but we're not. We're getting, this, and it's the same thing with the movies. It's just like, if we were getting stuff that would encompass the entire fan base, awesome. But
yeah, exactly. Because
we're not.
Yeah, because that would mean that they were actually like supporting the, and it's also funny too, man. It's like we do like to support creative freedom. We're glad that Zach got to put his movie out there, but sometimes though, bro, like Peacemaker. And this is a good one. Okay, hold up. He said, dude, so he was on Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
Johnson?
Bro.
In the suit.
Motherfuckers everywhere, bro.
Did he have the suit on?
Yes.
Pat McAfee is he's a wrestling commentator now, so that was probably his in. Like he was probably,
Oh, okay. I didn't know he went there. Somewhere in the 3 hours I watched, there was a decent show. It was just buried under bad jokes and really, but yes, true.
John
Look,
Madden
this
would
is
never have him on.
yo, Bat Dan, cool with this one. Could you imagine if Phantom Menace came out during streaming and George Lucas went ahead and made a Jar Jar Binks spinoff before the Phantom Menace came out? That is the perfect motherfucking.
I would have to shank George Lucas.
I feel like Weasel is more of a Jar Jar Binks, but whatever.
Well, but you get
No,
what I'm saying.
I know,
It's a
I know.
character from a movie
I know.
that nobody. That's literally if that had happened, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
He said that's a good point back there. That's yeah. Had DC finished Snyder's original arm, people would be more open to other stuff instead of that's William, man. That's the perfect thing, man. Like it's what all we've been saying this entire time. When once we got the Peacemaker, it's the same thing. It's if Zach had been able to finish his shit, and we still got the Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker and stuff. No, that we probably if we got those at the same time, then we could probably digest it better. That because mentally we'd say, this stuff, it's not as good as this Zack Snyder stuff. But you know what? Yeah, I'm glad that everybody's getting to make their stuff. I'm glad that we're getting different variations of the DC.
And we'd be done by now.
Yes. Oh yeah.
We would have been done with Zach's stuff. So it's like,
then
they could have moved on. But it's like, no, they wanted to skip. They wanted to fast track that.
Yeah.
And again, they pretty much just told an entire large portion of the fan base that their opinion and their what they like does not matter.
Yeah,
they're not going to be continuing it. So like, get used to this.
And if Zach was still in charge, that motherfucker would have never been Peacemaker.
I don't. Yeah. Well,
they would have casted way earlier, and his ass would not have been an option.
I think. Well, I think if you go back to that, if David Ayer was still there and he made his and he was making the sequel, he probably wouldn't have went with the Peacemaker character at all anyway. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Maybe he would have went back to some Suicide Squad characters and like pulled them. I don't think he would have chosen them. I think a lot of the characters that James Gunn chose is because it's James. It's James Gunn. Did I already pull this one? No, all these projects are working around using the main characters like Superman. Yeah, it does come off as a distraction when you're just like this thing we're talking about the new Trinity. I can't find a tweet that somebody put out. I said in the group chat earlier, it's talking about that this is the new Trinity. It's like yeah. It's getting
like,
kind of
even in the Suicide Squad from last year, it's kind of evident how they feel about a certain portion of the fan base because they took the original Suicide Squad members from just from the 2016 movie and they killed almost all of them off in the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
Almost,
and then they killed another, and we've shown our disappointment in the decision to kill Rick Flag. Yep. That's dude. That was then. Obviously, we already know. We know they're not going to kill Harley Quinn because
reasons.
There's reasons. She's Harley Quinn, and I think also they do see the potential to try to make more of this off the character in the future. So that's why that didn't happen. But they
understand why the first one had to kill off the only Mexican, bro.
Talking about Slipknot. Yeah.
Like, come on,
hey man, David Ayer, he said
he's still there at the end.
He was holding him down for what I'm saying, for the peoples.
All right, y'all. Let's see who's got here. Rick Flag was Rick Flag was.
Yes, he was.
I like Rick Flag.
Can't even doubt. Yeah.
Yo, he was almost. What's his name, man?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy had the scheduling difficulties. He's like, I can't do it, man. So I will say when they brought Joe Kinnaman in there, I was like, okay.
I mean, he did a good job.
RoboCop.
But I ain't never seen a bad Tom Hardy role. I'm just saying that.
It's true.
Man.
Tom Hardy.
Imagine there's an alternate universe where Tom Hardy got Rick Flag, and Joel Kinnaman is Venom now.
Yo, let me ask you this though, real quick.
I'll take it.
Do you think if Tom Hardy had to play Rick Flag, you think they'd kill him in the Suicide Squad, or is he on that level of Harley Quinn? Like
he's riding that shit out to the end, bro.
I was saying he's on that level of actor.
You're not gonna get Tom Hardy to kill him off, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not even like a Harley Quinn or like, would they do this to Rick Flag? It's like, would they do this to Tom Hardy? Absolutely not. He'd be like, no.
Yeah,
you gotta rewrite that shit right now.
Yeah,
if it was like Anthony Mackie or something, I'll say
go ahead and get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get Anthony Mackie out of here, man.
He's your favorite actor. You can't.
Whoa! I'd rather see Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, and Snyderverse spin-offs like David Ayers, Gotham Siren, Will Smith. We'd all like to see that, man. And yes, Gavin, Tom Hardy, Warrior is
fucking. That's the first time Anthony actually put me on to Tom Hardy in that movie Warrior.
Yeah, the Warriors.
He fucking the super massive fucking traps he had.
I was like, yo, is that fake or is those real traps? But yeah,
he's smuggling hams in his shoulders.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Dude, that fucking mountain. Those are the mountains that Marvin Gaye was talking about.
Wild.
All right, y'all. That's pretty much the show, man. I appreciate y'all spending a little bit of your Friday evening with us. We told you we just had a few topics to talk about, and we're gonna let's see who else got something to say. What are the chances that Rick Flag and Boomerang wanted to be killed? They wanted to be?
They wanted to be? Probably none.
Yeah, especially Boomerang, because the way
so good.
That was so
Carney talked about like wanting, that just being that character. I doubt he was like, kill me off in the first 5 minutes, please.
Right.
Yeah.
Or what if
they had a lot of potential with Boomerang?
Or you saw the script and he was like,
what if they read the script and they were like, could you please delete me right now?
Hey, hold on, I got a few changes.
Yeah, this is kind of sus. Go ahead and delete. Yeah. So I'll go around the horn real quick. Joey, man, where can they find you, man?
Find me on Twitter at JoeBear94. You can find me on Vero and Instagram at Joey Marino, and Sundays on World's Finest.
Yeah. All right, Phil, man, where can they find you, man?
Unfiltered. All social platforms. You can also find me on the Four Nerds Network occasionally. You can also catch me on the late night pool, which will be having its final pool here pretty soon. So,
nice
of the season.
What up, man?
Series.
You can catch me on Instagram at the original NR. You can catch me on Twitter at NR_originals. And you can catch me actually back in 2 weeks, man. You know what I'm saying? I have Rick and Me pick. We got some new content, man. I'll be back up in 2 weeks. So
nice.
Some Rick and Morty content, yeah. And obviously, where you can find me, it's all below the video in the description and shit. Or is it? Did I put it there? I don't know. I can't remember. If not, I'll add it later on.
Bro, you got it in Braille, man. See, bro, you gotta come on, man. You ain't even trying to keep in touch with everybody. Come on, touch you for the people, bro.
I am for the people.
Chillax.
I hope your Rick and Morty poster fall off your wall back there.
Oh, bloody, bro.
He's just got another one waiting until that.
Yeah, it falls down. There's another one behind it. Yeah, dude. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you guys next week. Obviously, World's Finest, Foreigner. I'm a lot of places. The NFL playoffs start this weekend. I will be glued to the TV for sure.
Let's go Bears.
4:30 tomorrow, man. Catch the Raiders.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, I'll be watching. All right, see you guys next week, man. Appreciate all y'all guys for coming on the show. Obviously, everywhere coming on Fridays. It's always a blast. We had a good conversation. See y'all. Peace.